You're listening to Truly Unruly with Marcus and Jessica Trufant. What's up, everybody? It's another installment of Truly Unruly with Marcus and Jessica Trufant. That's Marcus. That's Jessica. And I'm your host. My name is Kel. Trufants, what's up? How are you guys living and how you feeling?
Well, I feel like shit. How about that?
We are living the dream, Kale. We're doing great. It's another blessed day, and things are okay.
Really? You tried to really...
Things are okay.
It's all about being transparent
and
honest, and I feel like shit. So
no, that's fine. So it's yin and yang. I don't feel that great either, but I try to ignore the negative vibes sometimes.
Wait. Okay. This might be a whole... This might be a whole episode in itself. We are not the same.
We're not.
All right, let's get today's question. We can go on about this forever. Forever. You guys ready for this? You guys, I think Jess is going to find this one funny. Okay. Because it kind of goes back to another email that we got about, remember when the woman had said that she thought her dude was like unattractive?
I remember that, so I don't know how this next one's going to be funny. Because
oh no! Friend, you just wait. Here we go. My wife told a friend that I am not handsome. We've been married for 10 years and have 2 kids. I saw by accident an old message my wife sent to a friend saying that I'm not handsome, but I treat her well. I have mixed feelings and it hurts since I find my wife very pretty, and I assume she felt the same. I keep asking myself if part of our marriage is fake and if there are more of those messages out there. What's the next step for me? Should I dismiss it and focus on the fact that we love each other, or should I share my feelings with my wife?
So first of all, how did he find an archived message?
Doesn't matter.
About him not being attractive.
Doesn't matter.
That's my very first
Irrelevant.
thought. Like, how did you, what were you scrolling through her phone? You know what? If you're looking for something,
you're going to find it.
You're going to find it.
Irrelevant.
You found something you didn't like.
Irrelevant.
No, that's hella relevant.
Okay. The feelings are still there, though, regardless. He found the message. And so what do you think, Jessica?
No, what do you think?
I think there's nothing he can do. She doesn't find him attractive. She loves him. He finds her attractive, great. And it's been working for them. They've been married 10 years. Maybe a part of it was joking, but she's attracted to something, right? And it'd be different if things weren't working, but it sounds like I didn't hear like, okay, she's out all the time, or she's talking to other guys and this and that. And then I found this message. She said I'm unattractive. They've been married for 10 years, I think, but it's just one of those things. So he again, my advice is just, okay, you internalize this, you take it in, you really understand and you get it. Okay. She doesn't think I'm that handsome. Fine. But we work, and he obviously pulled her, got her, whatever. So just be confident in that, man. It's nasty. It's a little ugly. It's going to hit your ego and all that kind of stuff. So what he should not do is go out and try to feel better, go out and try to find somebody and be like, yeah, somebody think I'm cute type of energy. Just kind of enjoy it. It's okay to bring it up as well. Saying maybe your lady might entertain you for a couple months and try to overdo it and give you the sweet nothings and all this kind of stuff to make you feel good. But yeah, just leave it alone.
I think he's bothered because from what it sounds like is when her comment of, well, he's not good looking, but he treats me well. I think it sounds like it, and he's confused and he's kind of torn. He feels like, oh, well, she's happy because, you know, I may pay her way or lace her pocket.
He's a John.
Yeah, I make sure she's financially stable, so that's why she hangs around. I'm just saying hypothetically. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. But
okay,
what do you think, Jess?
How old is this man?
You know what? I actually do have an age.
Do we know his age? Because there's a difference.
They've been
Remember,
married for 10
a
years,
long
though.
time ago. Still, it's like
He sent an introduction email. He's actually
that's a bad
he's in
one.
his 40s. They're in their 40s.
Okay, I was wondering if it's like a Hugh Hefner situation, because those bitches would stay married to him forever. But it's because of the money, the status, all of that kind of stuff.
Hugh had game. No,
but just a regular dude, first of all, if you are like, oh my gosh, I just feel some type of way. And what did you say about entertaining the company of another woman? Lower your standards.
For who?
For the guy, because that woman might think you're unattractive too. So I don't know, but I feel like he is. Well, first, I don't think that his wife should ever be sending a text message to God knows who.
Disrespect.
Saying that your husband of so many years is unattractive.
To the wife's thread.
That is weird as fuck
that's totally
to me.
Disrespect.
And that is disrespectful as fuck. But again, unless he is scrolling through her messages, looking for something.
It all comes to the light.
Again, he found something.
It comes to the light. So if it wasn't that, it would have been at the next friends and family picnic. And somebody gets a little too drunk.
What?
One of the friends may be like, girl, you remember when you said that
nope.
Timothy wasn't that attractive, and he overhears and stuff like that. Everything comes to light, right? It eventually.
That is a weird hypothetical scenario.
I know, but eventually it comes out though. People can't keep secrets.
So you're at a barbecue, right?
You're at anywhere.
And your girlfriend is like,
wife.
Hey, yo, no.
Oh, the girlfriend.
Your friend's girlfriend. Okay. Right. The girlfriend of the wife is like, hey, yo, remember when? That doesn't even make sense to me. That's.
Or one of the guys, hey, dog, I just want to let you know, my wife was talking to your wife.
Okay, Kel. Next.
And they were talking about how ugly you was in the group chat. I just want you to know exactly what's going on, family, right?
In the group, why are you? It's a group. It's a text message. I don't think she probably has told the group.
Right.
But that was maybe a single text message designated for a single friend.
Disrespectful. I don't care who.
And at the same time, if he is ugly as fuck, you should be able to confide in your friend, whether it's via text message, in person. And I'm sorry, again, he was looking for something. He found it. How did he see her messages?
Jess, she should be able to confide in her friends about something that's serious in her relation or something that's personal.
You know what? As friends, we confide a lot of stuff.
Where's
right?
the line at? Though?
I don't even think it might look bad.
Is there a line?
I just think
he's ugly. Yeah, nah, that's not.
I
cool.
just don't.
I don't think that's cool. Are you supposed to be teammates? You supposed to.
But
have
I don't think it makes her look bad to tell her friend that.
Of course it doesn't. It makes the dude look bad.
Okay, then that was my point.
I don't know. It kind of makes her look bad too, though, because that's kind of like.
Yeah, that's shitty.
Bless
to
you,
me.
Dylan. It depends on the friend.
Yeah, that's kind of shady. Like
it depends on the friend.
Nah, that's shitty.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think you should do that ever. But if you're going to do it, you're confiding in your friend, right? And saying, "Ah, man, he's not that attractive." But
girl, he
treats me well. He's a good dude. Like all of these things, right?
Disgusting.
So I know you're disgusted. Always disgusted.
Disgusting.
But I don't know.
I think though I know he did break a cardinal rule though, where like you don't go through somebody else's phone or through somebody else's shit looking for stuff.
Was he looking?
You got it.
He didn't.
Why was he going through her phone, Marcus?
Maybe he was trying to find.
Trying to what?
A receipt from Costco. Or
he was looking for that ugly comment.
I accidentally hit.
He was looking. He's like, I'm about to go in here.
Hey, Jess, he might have been looking though, because he might have been having some weird suspicions. Maybe she's been treating him different. Maybe there's been some weird interactions going on where it's like,
she's been cropping him out of pictures on social media.
Or maybe he's been doing something different. Maybe he found a lesser bitch, right? And he's trying to displace his lesser bitch energy onto her. And so he's trying to figure out, has she done something too? And clearly all she said is you're ugly.
Give me lesser every time if they're not gonna like fully be in my corner. Like someone that
what is being in your corner.
I mean, it's not all about looks, but if you're gonna be shitting on your dude to your friends and calling them ugly and all that kind of stuff, I don't think that's cool. So
especially after 10 years, that's
a lesser bitch, as you said, could be a better situation. I'm not saying that.
That's why I said lower your standards. Find an ugly bitch. I don't know.
It's not lower your standards. It's find someone better. That doesn't mean you're lowering your standards.
You're right. Find somebody better.
So
find somebody better. Somebody that you think is attracted to you.
Or someone that is attracted to you.
But think about him. He might literally like the baddest bitches, right?
I mean, he pulled one. Like I said,
so
they've been together for 10 years. So it's something's working.
Right. Okay. To the point. Maybe he isn't as attractive, but it's working. It's working. So
he's attractive enough for her, is what it is.
It sounds like if she says out loud to her or via to anybody that my husband is unattractive.
Yeah. That's foul play.
I don't know.
There's something so belittling about that though, that like you don't need to go and like tell people that. If that's how you feel, you've been together for 10 years. Keep it to yourself.
Take
like why do you need to go and like degrade him and belittle him to somebody like, yeah, girl, well, you know, he ain't attractive anyway, but you know, he cut that check, so he treat me good, so I put up with it. Like, that's fucked up. Like, that's fucked up because then how does that make, even if you're saying it to your friend from the outside looking in, now you're telling this outsider, you're belittling your man to this outsider who's not even a part of your relationship. Like, that's just fucked up.
That
you know what I'm saying? Like,
it is crazy. It is. Yeah. It's fucked up.
To go along with that, if you're not attracted to your spouse anymore, or this is how you are feeling about this, but again, they've been married for 10 years, something else could be going on, right? There's a different type of energy going on for you to voice that out loud and be okay with that. She's not getting fulfilled potentially in other areas if she's going against her husband in that way.
Didn't he say that?
That's from his point of view.
He's a good dad and all these.
That's
you're
from
right.
his point of view, but from her point of view, when stuff like this starts to creep in, just like you were saying from a real life situation that you are referring to, that there are these other situations that aren't measuring up.
You're right. That could happen. That could happen. If he's dropping the ball on this, if he's disrespectful to her, all of these things can knock down your attractiveness. You are right. Good point.
There's this part of me though that thinks that she's never thought he was attractive.
Well,
and I'm
maybe.
like, and I'm kind of like, well, why is she marry him and have 2 kids with him in the first place if you were never attracted to him? But then it goes back to he probably pays like he weighs. So it's like,
I don't know. Okay. I don't know if I agree with that, especially if they've been married for 10 years. There's looks and there's being attracted to somebody, right?
But I think he's talking about looks because
right. I know, yeah, but
like, I think she's pretty and I thought she would think I would reciprocate and she would think that.
But I'm saying from the woman's point of view, she was attracted to this man, his everything, right? The full package. Yeah, he may not be,
but not funding her way. Stop.
That could be a part of it, but everything's full package. I don't believe women marry or get involved with people just for looks only. There has to be more. Maybe I'm naive to it though, right?
Well, maybe when you're younger,
Right. But
when
you've been
you're
married for 10
younger,
years,
but
though.
they're in their 40s. So I think you're past the looks threshold, and you're
You want
really
a provider.
what?
You want a provider. You want a man that can provide, right? I would think when you're
That
older,
too.
right? Because you start thinking about family, kids, stability,
Stability,
things
yes.
like that. You want to be, everyone wants to be stable. So like, I understand that you want stability in your life because, it's not all about looks. You're right.
Well, I would like to say we may never know this entire breakdown, because everything that we're saying, I think, is valid.
But what we
right?
do know is that it's disrespectful and it's foul.
But what
to
we
be
do
going to
know
your
is that he was
friends.
going through her phone.
I know.
You're naturally siding with the dude.
That doesn't make it right just because he found the message. That doesn't make it okay that
it makes it absolutely stop.
He shouldn't have seen it, but it doesn't erase the fact that she feels
She's talking
this way.
like that. Yep.
It
She's talking
doesn't
that
negate
way.
the fact.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
What's done behind closed doors should remain
it's
behind
like you get what
closed
you pay
doors.
for. And you're paying her way.
Scandalous.
You're going through her text messages or whatever. We don't even know if he's paying her way. And
Well,
But Jess, you don't feel like that's even, I mean, I get it. You're right. Like I said, he broke the cardinal rule. Don't go through somebody's shit. You're going to find some shit that you don't like. But at the same time, it's like,
she's dead wrong. I already said that. She's
yeah, for sure.
really
But like,
wrong.
do you think it's better? Not better, but like, okay, he did find out. And what if he never would have found out? And, he might have always had some weird suspicions or whatever. And let's say he never went through her phone. Does it still make it okay for her to talk like that? If he had never found it?
No, it doesn't make it okay. I think that's actually, I don't know. I think it's weird. But I know some people, some women have that type of bond with their friends where they can say, honestly, he's ugly. I can't imagine that. But what was your question, Kel? I forgot already. Sorry. Not a good week.
It's all good. No, I was just saying, like, does it still make it okay if he didn't find the text message? That was the question, essentially.
Well, if he doesn't find the text message, all is well. I don't get it. And if they've been married for 10 years, all is well. She just thinks he's ugly.
No.
I
think
I don't know.
Eventually, like I said, everything comes out. So if she doesn't like the way he looks, eventually it's going to come out. They may have an argument one day. Something may happen and she may shout out, "That's why you look like XYZ," or
Gary Coleman looking ass nigga.
yeah. So you know what I'm saying? Things come out. It doesn't have to be the group chat. He just happened to luck up on accident by going through her phone, and it happened, right? Things come to light. And so again,
You're making it personal.
the woman is dead ass
He's
wrong.
making it personal because
I'm not making it personal.
he is making it personal because I told him he was ugly one time.
Well, I know I'm not ugly, so that just
I
kind of
know,
went off
but-
my shoulders. Like,
Okay, well then it sounds vaguely familiar what you're saying.
I don't think we've ever discussed this. How do we feel about the sharing of information of a spouse, relationship, personal shit in the group thread? Because it hasn't even been until like the last 7 to 5 years that group threads have become like this thing. Everyone has a group thread that they're in, right? With their
Right.
friends, girls have them with their girlfriends. And it's like, where is the line in the group thread of like what to share and what not to share, and what is considered oversharing in the group thread? Because the group thread is supposed to be the safe place, but at the same time, you don't want to make your relationship look crazy.
How is a group thread a safe place?
Because it's your friends. I mean, it's your close, your best, it's your best
Counseling.
friends.
When you're doing it to the masses, I think that's where it gets completely fucked up.
It could
And
be
number
close
two,
friends, so.
I think we talked about this in another episode. You need to respect your relationship and respect. There are some things that are just not meant to be shared in a group of close friends or whatever. So I think there is that. I'm not going to go on a group thread and say, my husband's ugly. Like that's, so there are some things that you just don't share or go on the group thread. My husband cheated on me. I don't know if that if it's the group thread of your friends. I don't think that really needs to. Yeah. So there's a fine line. Use your discernment. Okay.
In certain communities, in certain situations, people
let me roll my eyes.
Get caught up in emotion, right? And they might let something slip.
Yes.
Yeah, my husband cheated on me, so blah, blah, blah to the group thread, right? I'm upset. Or something happened and he didn't come home. So yeah, now he's not that cute.
You're not protecting your relationship.
I know, but I'm saying if you're in a emotional place to where you're
still not protecting your relationship.
You're not.
You have an issue if you have to go to your group thread and be like, my husband didn't
I think it happens all the time. It happened to this dude.
I believe it does happen, but I'm just saying.
And that's why I said it's probably something else going on with this lady for her to say that to her friends, that her husband's not that attractive. Maybe she's joking, but not really joking.
We need more context.
But there's got to be more to it. Unless she says it all the time and it's just kind of like a running joke that this guy...
If she says it all the time, he would probably know about it.
Then this guy, yes, that's true, outkicked his coverage. And I think that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that.
Is that a football term? He outkicked his coverage?
It's not just a football phrase. It's
I've never heard that before in my life.
Kel?
He's outkicked his coverage.
That's a special teams reference, Jess.
Fuck.
I played for 10 years. And you've been to many games.
Sorry.
Well, no, you guys, like I have friends like that I have a group thread that we're in, and we don't get too gnarly or too deep about our relationships. Like a lot of it's like memes and jokes, and we talk about work stuff and things like that. But I do have some friends that are like in other threads, and they'll text us in like the other thread and be like, yo, I'm in this thread right now and these niggas is wild and the homie's wife and did this and da-da-da. And like, it's almost like people will use their group thread as like therapy. Yeah. And they'll use it as they want everyone else. What would you do? And they want everyone's opinion of, well, what would you do in this situation? Or what do you think? Or you already have your mind made up, but you want your boys or your homegirls to, certify what it is that you're saying and be like, yeah, you're not tripping. Yeah, yep, you're right. You know what I'm saying? And
validation.
I was going to say,
validation.
In my 41st year of life, I am working on and realizing external validation. It's not really helpful. I mean, it can be in some situations, but it's not really helpful. And you have to know within yourself and know within, if you guys have been together for 10 years, you're part, like all of that kind of stuff. Looking for external validation will lead you to a divorce, because everybody's not in your situation. Everybody doesn't really know the real. They only know what you're saying, all of that kind of stuff. So again, external validation, going in group chats and letting them be your therapist will get you fucked up.
Desperation sometimes.
And it's desperate. And sometimes
people are desperate. I don't know what to do. Let me ask the homies. Let me ask my girls. Let me see. I need somebody to make some sense out of this.
Shit.
DJ D-Rec.
Marcus hates that. Anyways. Yeah, but unless they're experts or unless they're really logical about what they're saying.
Fair though. People don't think clearly when they're going through a serious relationship thing. They are grasping for straws from.
No, I understand what you're saying. A lot of, just like Kel said, you go to the group for therapy. And my point is, I am learning that
Right.
you don't go to a group for serious, well, I don't know.
Right.
It's hard. Maybe
unless you're coming to me for stuff. Yeah. And that goes for anybody.
But you should be able to confide in people, but I think you need to confide and listen to your gut first, right? Because her first response, well, is it his response? Either way, your first response is to side with all the validation you're getting, right? Instead of really sitting back and thinking about everything, thinking about the role you may have played in your husband's ugliness.
Damn.
Kidding. But all of that kind of stuff.
Right.
The point is, external validation isn't necessary.
Well, this gentleman has
Trust
taken the
your
first
gut.
step about reaching out to professionals to make sure that we can give him.
Did he say that?
No.
Did I miss that?
That's what I'm saying. As in reaching out to us because we know what we're talking about.
Again, external validation.
But we're third party though, so we're not.
You're right.
The homies in the thread, and we're not the girlfriends and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So
don't take everything gospel. Like we have good
real information.
Tidbits, food for thought. But everything we say is not completely gospel.
Fuck yeah, it is. God damn it. Keep sending your emails so we can keep this show going. It's fucking gospel, everything we say. Don't listen to her. I'm kidding. No, but like, I remember one time, Jess, you had said that there was times when you and Marcus have had issues and you had to go and you've talked to your mom and you've went and talked to your friends because, quote unquote, he doesn't speak. He doesn't talk. So is that what you would consider a valid moment to, ask your friends or go to a group thread? If your spouse isn't like, if let's say if you're having an issue and you want to discuss something, but like they're not having it, it's like, you want to figure this out. Is that okay to finally then go out and to outside people?
I think it's unique to the individual, but I think that it really depends on the issue. Again, I'm different. I am not going to go to everybody with like serious issues that I have with Marcus. I think those are things that if it's that serious, like you said, you need to talk to a professional about it. But everybody doesn't have that, everybody doesn't realize that, everybody doesn't get it. So that's when they go to the external validation. But I really think you have to be careful because your friend now might not be your friend later. You just never know.
Right. And you just don't want to make your relationship look crazy or make yourself look crazy.
You have to respect your relationship. You have to. And me going to my mom, there are certain things that I will not go to her for because I know better. But there are also things that aren't that big of a deal that I go to her for. And in the previous episode I talked about, it backfires. But like serious issues, unless you have somebody that you trust with your life, I wouldn't share it. What do you think? Because like Kel, you said, Marcus? And Marcus, you guys don't really talk about deep stuff in your threads. And I think we went over this before. So
men kind of tend to do that in general. We internalize a lot of stuff and just kind of let it eat at our soul. But going, and when it comes to a relationship, I'll just speak for me. I'm willing to talk through things, right? And have these conversations when there's a disagreement, right?
Okay.
and that's good. And we work through it, and it take a couple days, but I don't feel like I need to go to anybody. That could be ego, that could be cocky, that could be me.
It's you.
Yeah,
it is you.
Yeah, that could be me. I want to understand like a one-on-one. I want to understand for me. I don't have to like to hear a third party. Yeah, that's cool, but I don't necessarily yearn for that or need that. I want us to be on the same page. So I don't need to talk to anybody else about
right. And that's, again,
any situation.
That's you. But some people need
that's true.
to talk to people.
That is
Marcus
true.
is an anomaly. He can hold everything in. He doesn't share anything ever with anybody.
Jason Bourne, that's where I learned
personal.
That.
And
Assassin.
I think that's just who he is. And I don't think that is...
It's not healthy.
Maybe it is common.
Yeah. Maybe it's good, maybe
I don't
it's bad,
know.
but it's just me.
I think it works. I think it works for him. I don't think it's healthy or unhealthy. It works for you.
Yeah.
But it does not work for me.
That's fair. We're different.
The thing is, Marcus, that is one small thing I think you and I both have in common, is that if there's issues in my relationship, I want to try to navigate through it myself.
Right.
Because, yeah, you can get advice from the peanut gallery, but if a person hasn't been through your specific issue or situation, it's like, I don't really need to hear what you have. It's a lot of hot air, right? So it's like, I'd rather try to figure it out myself because it's my relationship. It's with my person, and I know my person better than anyone else, and my person knows me, better than anyone else. So yeah, I don't think it's necessarily like unhealthy or it's like an anomaly. It's like, well, no, like I want to figure this out. So let me try to figure this out myself.
I got a question for you, Kel. Do you think does that go the same like for seeking out information, audio books, reading books, and watching videos and different stuff like that? Does that count as getting outside help?
No, I wouldn't.
Since it's not a real person, I'm not going.
It's like if you're Googling a question and you're looking up something or you're researching something from like actual professionals and you just want to kind of get a general idea, that's fine. I'm talking more about like
Google is
to
professional.
The homies.
Sometimes.
So like you can Google virtual therapist or any kind of like, there's Reddit threads all the time where people are asking questions and stuff like that. And if you just want to just see what like another person's like perspective is on a situation that you may be going through that they might have gone through before, and you're like, oh, okay, that's that person's perspective, blah, blah, blah. It's a total stranger. It's the internet, whatever. I mean, we Google things all the time. What did we do before that?
Mm-hmm.
What? You looked up an Encyclopedia Britannica. People don't do that anymore, right?
Damn.
So it's like, if you have a question, you look it up. So I think that's fine. I'm saying is when you go outside to just outside people like your friends group or something like that, and people that you have to see and that you regularly like deal with, like I'm not about to ask them niggas shit.
It's really bringing others into your relationship.
It's a biased opinion.
It is.
Your friends are gonna naturally side with you, right? That's what you're supposed to do as a friend. So that is another reason why
not necessarily, Jess.
Your level-headed friends, right? Or your friends that have possibly been through the same thing and made it through, they might have a different perspective, right? But friends that don't understand, that aren't in the same situation or have never been in the same situation, I find it hard that they're going to give you sound advice and support.
Right. Like if a person's your real friend, they will tell you if you fucked up. They're going to be like, you fucked up.
Yes.
Like that's what a real friend's going to do.
Right. You shouldn't have put that shit in the group chat.
You notice when the older you get, the smaller your friends group becomes, the older and older you get. Because
absolutely.
You start to learn of like who is actually there to actually be there for you and be your actual friend. And then the people that are just there just to be there, and not knowing that they actually may hold animosity to you because they're jealous of you or want what you have or whatever the case may be.
It's a time thing too.
Well, to Kel's point, we were literally talking about this earlier about people that no longer serve you. Friends, just anything like
business associates,
friends, business, food, different type of work, like all of these things that no longer, minus the food, but specifically friends, all of those friends that should be kind of acquaintances and not really friends, and they do not serve a purpose.
It's an energy thing. Yeah.
We literally talked about this earlier.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm to the point where, me personally, I'm willing to let you go. Because what am I doing trying to be friends with somebody that, I don't know, you're not serving a purpose in my life. You're not helping my growth. You're not supporting my growth.
Right.
Goodbye.
There's something that I've learned in the last quite few years, actually. I might have learned this right before COVID, actually. I know I'm creeping up on 40, and you guys might have already dealt with this already, but you get to a point where you reach this point, you have a family, you have your life, and you're like, I'm going to decide who and what I decide to tolerate.
Yes.
And so those are those people that I'm like, oh yeah, well, that was the homies. Well, I'm not tolerating that anymore. So I decide of who and what I decide who I want to tolerate. And if I decide to tolerate you, you deserve to be in the circle. But if I don't tolerate you, then Chuck, hey, it's all good later. I think that goes to when it comes to who you decide you want to share information about your relationship with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, is this a person that is, I tolerate, that is will, you know what I'm saying, that I know is going to tell it to me like it is, because anyone that's been friends with me will tell you that I'll go hard on your ass. Pause. But at the same time, I expect that in return.
Right.
I'm going to hold you accountable, and I'm going to want you to hold me accountable.
That's the part of being
That's
fed,
what's going to make us better.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And some homies and some cats, they can't handle that. They cannot handle that at all.
Good fucking point. Good point. If I'm going to give it to you, which Kel, I am very straight to the point. I cannot sugarcoat things. I cannot, I don't straddle the fence. Well, sometimes. But for the most part, especially when it's a fucked up situation, I tell it like it is. And you're right. If you're a good friend, you are going to tell me like it is if I'm out of pocket, and back to the text message, a group text, your real friend would be like, send a side text, you might want to delete that out of the group thread because you're tripping.
Right. You're tripping. Right. Exactly. I agree 110%. So wrapping up, what do you guys think he should do? Because he said at the end of his email, like most emails we get, should he address it? Should he say something to her? And if he does, it's like, how does he say it without being like, well, I went through your phone and I found I broke your personal trust and went through your personal shit, and I saw you said this about me.
He could say, I'm getting a vibe from you. Yes. I'm getting a vibe that you might not be attracted to me. Like, why? You tell me why I'm feeling this way. Like, can you explain why I might be feeling like this? That sounds like it's a problem with him, right? It's an insecure problem. But at the same time, after he found that message, he might feel insecure. He does feel insecure.
What's wrong with that?
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with saying, hey, I feel some type of way. I'm just getting the vibe. Not even I feel some type of way. Because, I feel some type, it automatically goes left, right? It's just, I'm getting a vibe that you might not be attracted to me. And I just want to make sure that the chemistry that we had 10 years ago is still there. Now, let me tell you this. She's probably going to lie. But still, at least.
What if she
just like they all
or
do.
she might hit him with the
Stop.
Or she might hit him with the, did you go through my phone?
Well, if you present it a certain type of way, if you put it on a platter really neat and like, you know, with a bow around it, right? Dress it up. I think it might elicit a different response. So I don't know.
I like what you said, Jess, but what
Thanks.
should he do? There's not much you can do. You can be uncomfortable, tell her you're uncomfortable. Is that going to change her feelings? Is that going to change her thoughts about how she feels about you? So what I would do, and like I continue to say when people come to us with these emails and they're in despair, make a mental note, right? And kind of just continue to watch, see, look for a real life opportunity to talk about it in the moment. Yeah, you know, fester on it.
Yeah, you know what?
You know that she doesn't think you're attractive.
Okay, I thought you said for an opportunity to say.
You know how she feels. You know where she's at. You guys have had 10 good years of marriage. You've got this far. So just kind of wait and watch for the right opportunity to bring it to life in a real life situation. But I don't think it's worth bringing it up because, like you said, it wasn't necessarily for him to see. He's seen it, but I think it's a bad idea to let that lead the relationship.
When is
going
the
forward.
right opportunity to
You
say,
sit back and wait for it.
hey,
Wait for it. It all comes to light.
you think I'm ugly? Like when
It all comes to the top. It rises to the top. It could be any situation.
you got to pick your moment. But again, unique to the individual. For me, I would have to say something.
Yeah, no, see,
there's no right time to like ask your partner, do you think I'm ugly?
Sit on it. Wait on it. And you missed 10 years of it. You missed 10 years of her not really knowing. And you here now, so what you gonna do?
Exactly.
Right.
So just say it with your chest.
Are you gonna get a divorce? Because she said this on the group thread?
Is it a divorceable offense, though? Real quick, is this a divorceable offense?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so either. Okay.
But
So
if it continues to go, and that's the thing. What's the quality of your relationship? I know it's fucked up to say that she is with somebody that is unattractive, but what's the quality of your relationship?
He obviously was pretty happy.
If it continues to go down,
he's pretty happy. So
that's a different story.
That's what I'm getting at. He's pretty happy. It's been 10 years of a great relationship is what it sounds like.
I mean, he's happy, but I think he got a fucking gut punch
But he got
when
the
he
gut
went through
punch.
her phone.
Oh, damn. Okay, I thought it was this. So let me watch a little bit closer.
The universe has a way.
Let me
of
see what's
letting
really
you know.
going on. Okay, is she breaking her neck at the grocery store now when
You know what?
other
If
dudes
she
walk
were
by?
to put that my husband's not attractive, pretty sure if you're scrolling through, you would find her text conversations with other dudes if that was the case.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Let's just sit back and watch her because maybe she's good. 10 years, right?
My piece of advice to him is if she stops having sex with you, bud, that's when you know it's that's when you know it's a problem.
And we don't know if she already stopped.
That's true.
She probably didn't because he would have complained about that first. So, yeah.
That's when you got to start worrying if she stops fucking him. That's when it's like, oh, shit.
Okay, yeah, that sounds
Very true.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the end all be all?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the end.
Yeah.
That is the end.
That means all the attractions
Right.
gone.
You realize that the attraction
Shop is closed.
Yeah.
is fully
All of
gone
it
when that
gone.
stops.
Doors closed.
Start over.
We're closed for business.
Start over.
It ain't happening.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this was a great episode, y'all. Very insightful. I hope this dude figures it out. But there's a lesson that we learned, age-old lesson. Don't go through somebody's shit because you're going to end up finding some shit or seeing some shit that you don't like. Or you're going to find what you was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Truly Unruly, y'all. Marcus Trufant, Jessica Trufant. Remember, follow these guys on social media, Marcus_Trufant and at Jessica_Trufant. And you can follow our page, Truly Unruly _podcast on all things social, and catch us every Sunday night on Converge. And subscribe, leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. And if you want us to answer any of your relationship questions, we are here to help. Email us, trulyunruly_podcast @gmail. Boom. I think that's
Is there a confidentiality thing when they email, like we don't know their name and all of that kind of stuff? Because a lot of people that watch the podcast, we know, and they might have a burning question, but don't want to be identified.
Oh, don't trip. If you've noticed, if you've listened long enough or watched long enough, we're not going to say your name. We're not going to put your business out there like that. This is the safe place. So they're all good, Jess. Don't worry. They shall be fine. Till next time, y'all. Peace and much love.